Hear this clear: things are destroying your success only if you let them, but they don't have to. Awareness is your weapon. Action is your armor. Change your habits, your mindset, and your environment, and you will transform your life. Stop the self-sabotage now. Own your power. Take control. Success is waiting for you on the other side of these walls. Break through them today. Your future starts with the decisions you make right now. Are you going to choose? Procrastination is one of the most subtle yet powerful enemies of success. It disguises itself as harmless delay or harmless waiting, but every moment spent procrastinating is a moment lost. Lost opportunities, lost growth, lost momentum. When we put off important tasks, we aren't just pausing, we are actively creating barriers between ourselves and the goals we want to achieve. The cost of procrastination is much higher than it appears on the surface, because success doesn't come from intention alone, it comes from action. Think about it: the people who achieve extraordinary results aren't those who wait for the perfect conditions or the perfect plan. They are the ones who take imperfect action. They start with what they have right where they are, and they build momentum through doing. Procrastination is the thief of that momentum. Without momentum, even the best ideas and dreams can wither and die. Momentum is the force that propels you forward, the energy that turns small wins into big breakthroughs. But procrastination kills that energy before it can grow. What causes procrastination? It can be fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of not being good enough. It can be perfectionism, false belief that you must have every detail figured out before you begin. Sometimes it's simply overwhelmed, feeling like the task is too big, too complicated, or too daunting to tackle. Other times it's a lack of clarity or motivation when the why behind what you're doing isn't strong enough to pull you forward. Whatever the cause, the result is the same: delay, hesitation, and eventually missed opportunities. The good news is that procrastination is a habit, and like any habit, it can be changed. The first step is awareness, recognizing when you are procrastinating and understanding what's behind it. When you notice yourself delaying, ask, am I really afraid of? What is stopping me from taking this step right now? Often, the answer reveals hidden fears or limiting beliefs that can be challenged and overcome. The most effective ways to overcome procrastination is to break tasks into smaller, manageable pieces. Big projects can feel overwhelming and paralyzing, but when you divide them into tiny steps, each step feels doable. Instead of saying, I need to write a whole report, say, I will write one paragraph. Instead of planning to clean the entire house, say, I will clear this one corner. These small actions create a sense of accomplishment and build positive momentum. Another powerful strategy is to use time constraints. Setting a timer for a short burst of focused work, even just 5 or 10 minutes, can make starting easier. Once you begin, you often find it easier to continue. This technique, sometimes called the Pomodoro technique, helps bypass the initial resistance because the commitment feels minimal and manageable. It's also crucial to create an environment that minimizes distractions and supports focus. Turn off notifications, clear your workspace, and set specific times for work. When your environment is designed for productivity, it's easier to get started and stay on track. Equally important is to remind yourself of your deeper purpose. Why do you want to achieve this goal? Will it mean for your life, your family, your future? When your why is strong, it acts as a powerful motivator to overcome the urge to procrastinate. Keep that vision in front of you and let it pull you forward even when the task feels hard. Accountability is another key factor. When you tell someone else your goal or deadline, you create external pressure to follow through. This can be a coach, a friend, a colleague, or even a public commitment. Knowing that someone else is expecting you to deliver often helps break the cycle of delay. One of the biggest myths about procrastination is that it's a character flaw or a sign of laziness. It's neither. Procrastination is a coping mechanism, sometimes a misguided way to avoid discomfort or fear. By changing your relationship to discomfort and uncertainty, you can change the habit of procrastination. Learn to lean into the discomfort. It's temporary, and that action will create clarity and progress. Remember, starting imperfectly is better than waiting to start perfectly. The journey of success is paved with consistent action, small wins, and daily commitment. Wait for motivation to strike. You create motivation by taking action. The first step often generates the energy you need to keep moving forward. Ultimately, procrastination kills success because it steals time and energy from what truly matters. Time is the one resource you cannot get back. Every moment delayed is a moment lost in your journey toward your dreams. The power lies in your hands to choose differently, to act now rather than wait. The choice to overcome procrastination is the choice to reclaim your time, your energy, and your future. You have the ability to break free from this trap. You have the strength to begin, to push through resistance, and to create unstoppable momentum. Take that step today. Start now, no matter how small the step. Because once you do, you're no longer a victim of delay. You become the master of your success. Fear of failure is one of the most powerful forces that can hold you back from achieving the success you desire. It's a deep-rooted emotion that often lurks beneath the surface, whispering doubts and weaving stories about what might go wrong if you try and fail. But here's the truth: fear of failure is not your enemy. It's a signal. It's your mind's way of warning you that you are stepping outside of your comfort zone, that you are reaching for growth, and that you are about to challenge the status quo of your life. The problem is not the fear itself, but how we respond to it. Many people make the critical mistake of letting fear dictate their actions. They avoid taking risks, procrastinate on important decisions, or settle for less than they are capable of because the thought of failing is too uncomfortable to face. This avoidance creates a prison of inaction where dreams remain just that. Dreams never turn into reality. But the paradox is that failure is not the opposite of success. It's a necessary part of the journey. Without failure, there is no learning, no growth, no breakthrough. To move past fear of failure, first have to redefine what failure means to you. Instead of seeing failure as a final judgment, see it as feedback, a stepping stone on the path to mastery. Every successful person has failed many times. The difference is they didn't stop. They used each failure as a lesson, a way to adjust their approach and come back stronger. Fear loses its grip when you stop fearing the outcome and start valuing the process of learning. Another critical step is to build emotional resilience. Fear thrives on uncertainty and the unknown. When you build confidence in your ability to handle setbacks and challenges, fear loses its power. This means developing the mindset that no matter what happens, you will find a way to recover and move forward. This resilience comes from experience, preparation, and a belief in your own resourcefulness. Visualization and mental rehearsal can also be powerful tools against fear. Imagine yourself facing the challenge. Even imagine the possibility of failure, but then visualize how you would recover, learn, and continue to move forward. This mental preparation reduces the shock of failure and makes it feel less threatening. Taking small steps is another effective way to overcome fear. You don't have to leap into the deep end immediately. Instead, start with manageable risks. Actions that push you slightly beyond your comfort zone but don't overwhelm you. Each small success builds confidence and reduces the power of fear. Over time, these incremental steps add up to major progress. It's also important to surround yourself with a supportive community that encourages risk-taking and normalizes failure as part of growth. When you see others embracing challenges and bouncing back from setbacks, shifts your perspective and reduces the stigma around failure. Another reason fear of failure is so destructive is that it often leads to perfectionism. The desire to avoid failure at all costs can make you wait until conditions are perfect or until you feel ready. But perfection is an illusion, and waiting for it only feeds procrastination and stagnation. Embrace imperfection and remember that progress, not perfection, is the true path to success. The story you tell yourself about failure matters deeply. If your internal narrative paints failure as something shameful or humiliating, fear will hold you hostage. Instead, create a story where failure is courageous, where it's the price of growth, where it's the proof that you are pushing beyond limits. This mental reframing shifts your energy from fear to excitement, from avoidance to action. Remember, fear of failure can be paralyzing only if you let it be. It's natural to feel fear. It means you care about what you're doing. But you don't have to let fear control your decisions or stop your progress. The people who achieve greatness are not fearless. They feel fear but act anyway. Ultimately, the path to success is paved with countless moments where you choose courage over comfort, action over hesitation, and growth over stagnation. You decide to stop fearing failure, you unlock a powerful source of freedom and possibility. You open the door to taking bold steps, to learning faster, and to moving closer to your dreams every single day. The key is to acknowledge fear, understand it, then move through it with confidence. Your success depends not on avoiding failure, but on your willingness to face it, learn from it, and use it as fuel to propel you forward. So today, make the choice, don't let fear of failure stop you. Let it remind you that you're on the right path, growing, evolving, and becoming the person you were meant to be. Take the leap because success is waiting on the other side of fear. Negative self-talk is one of the most insidious and destructive habits that can quietly undermine your journey to success. It's a pattern that many of us fall into without even realizing it. This internal dialogue that constantly questions our abilities, diminishes our value, and feeds doubt and insecurity. What's so powerful about negative self-talk is that it shapes the way we perceive ourselves and the world around us. When your inner voice is harsh, critical, or filled with limiting beliefs, it sets the stage for failure before you even begin. Your mind is like a garden, and the thoughts you nurture are the seeds that grow into your reality. If you constantly water negative thoughts, you will harvest fear, hesitation, and self-doubt. But if you learn to cultivate positive, empowering thoughts, you will grow confidence, resilience, and unstoppable motivation. The key is to become aware of your internal dialogue because most people run their minds on autopilot, listening to a critic that they never chose but have accepted as fact. Negative self-talk can take many forms. It might sound like, I'm not good enough, I'll never succeed, I don't deserve this, or I'm not smart or talented enough. These thoughts feel automatic, almost like facts. They are simply stories your mind has learned over time, stories that can be rewritten. The problem is that when you believe these messages, you limit your potential and sabotage your efforts. You may avoid taking risks, miss opportunities, settle for less because deep down you don't believe you're capable of more. Changing this destructive habit starts with awareness. Catch yourself when you hear that inner critic speaking. Notice the specific words, the tone, the feelings that come with them. Awareness is the first step to breaking the cycle. Once you become conscious of negative self-talk, you can challenge it. Ask yourself, is this thought really true? Where's the evidence? Would I say to a friend who had this thought? Often you'll find that negative self-talk is based on fear, past mistakes, or outdated beliefs that no longer serve you. By questioning these thoughts, you weaken their power. Replace them with positive affirmations or realistic, encouraging statements. For example, instead of, I can't do this, say, I am learning, and every step forward brings me closer to success. Over time, these new thoughts become your new reality. An important tool is to practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to someone you care about. When you make a mistake or face a setback, don't beat yourself up. Instead, acknowledge the difficulty, learn from it, and remind yourself that growth takes time. This shift from harsh judgment to compassionate encouragement transforms your inner world. Visualization can also help reprogram your mindset. Spend time imagining yourself succeeding, feeling confident, and handling challenges with grace. The more you feed your mind with positive images, the more your brain begins to accept these as possible realities. This mental rehearsal builds your belief system and silences the negative voice. Surrounding yourself with positive influences is crucial too. The people you spend time with affect your self-talk. When you're around encouraging, supportive individuals, it's easier to maintain a positive inner dialogue. Conversely, toxic or critical environments can reinforce negativity. Choose your tribe wisely and seek out those who inspire and uplift you. It's important to understand that changing your self-talk is not about pretending everything is perfect or ignoring reality. It's about shifting your perspective to focus on possibilities, strengths, and solutions rather than limitations and problems. It's about empowering yourself with truth and hope even in difficult situations. Negative self-talk often thrives in silence, so talk about your goals, your fears, and your dreams. Share your struggles and victories with trusted people who will remind you of your worth and potential. Verbalizing your journey helps you externalize those limiting beliefs and gain clarity and support. Remember, your mind is your most valuable asset. The way you speak to yourself sets the tone for every action you take. If you want to succeed, you must become your own biggest supporter. The battle for success begins in the mind with the words you say to yourself every day. You commit to transforming your inner dialogue from critic to coach. You open the door to unlimited possibilities. Confidence grows, motivation surges, and obstacles become challenges to overcome rather than threats to your identity. This shift fuels persistence, creativity, and resilience, all essential ingredients for success. So today, start listening carefully to the story you tell yourself. Choose words that empower, uplift, and inspire. Be gentle and encouraging, especially when the road gets tough. Because the voice inside your head is not just noise, it's the foundation of your success. Change your self-talk, and you change your life. It comes to success, clarity is not just helpful, it is absolutely essential. Without clear goals, you are like a ship sailing without a compass, vulnerable to the currents and storms of life, drifting aimlessly without a true destination. Many people have big dreams and ambitions, but those dreams remain just that, vague ideas because they lack specific, measurable, and actionable goals. Success doesn't happen by chance, it happens by design, and that design starts with clarity. Clear goals provide direction. They focus your energy, your time, and your resources on what truly matters. When you know exactly what you want, you can make decisions aligned with that vision. Every action becomes purposeful. You stop wasting effort on distractions or activities that don't move you forward. Instead, you harness your power in a focused way that accelerates your progress. But what does it mean to have clear goals? It means being specific about what you want to achieve. Saying, I want to be successful is too vague. What does success look like for you? Is it financial freedom, a fulfilling career, strong relationships, or physical health? Defining your goal clearly means putting numbers, timelines, and concrete outcomes on your vision. For example, I want to increase my income by 30% within the next 12 months. Or I want to run a marathon by the end of this year are clear goals. They give you something real to aim for. Having clear goals also means breaking them down into smaller, manageable steps. Big goals can feel overwhelming and distant, which leads to procrastination or discouragement. When you break your goal into daily or weekly tasks, you create a roadmap. These smaller milestones act as checkpoints and motivators along the way. Each small win builds confidence and creates momentum, propelling you toward the bigger objective. Another crucial aspect of clear goals is writing them down. When you put your goals on paper, you make a commitment to yourself. This simple act increases your accountability and helps your brain take your vision seriously. Writing your goals also makes it easier to review and adjust them as needed. It keeps your vision alive and in front of you, serving as a constant reminder of where you are headed. Without clarity, it's easy to fall prey to distractions or shiny new ideas that pull you off course. The world is full of noise, social media, unsolicited advice, tempting shortcuts that can steal your attention and dilute your focus. Clear goals act like a filter, helping you say no to what doesn't serve your vision and yes to the actions that do. This ability to prioritize is a defining characteristic of successful people. Clarity also improves your confidence. You know exactly what you're working toward. It's easier to believe in yourself and your capacity to succeed. Uncertainty breeds doubt, but certainty breeds confidence. Clear goals give you a sense of control over your future because you can see the path ahead. Even when obstacles arise, having a clear destination helps you navigate challenges with resilience and creativity. Furthermore, goals make measuring progress possible. When you have defined targets, you can track how far you've come and adjust your strategy if necessary. This feedback loop is critical for growth and improvement. Without measurable goals, it's easy to lose motivation because you don't see tangible results. But with clear markers, you celebrate progress, stay motivated, and refine your approach. It's also important to align your goals with your values and passions. Clear goals that resonate deeply with who you are and what you care about create intrinsic motivation. This internal drive is more sustainable than external rewards or pressures. When your goals connect to your sense of purpose, the work feels meaningful. You are more likely to persevere through difficulties. Sometimes people resist setting clear goals because they fear failure or feel uncertain about what they really want. This hesitation can keep them stuck in indecision or distraction. Clarity is not about having all the answers at once. It's about making a commitment to explore, decide, and move forward with intention. Goals can evolve as you grow and learn, but starting with clarity is the foundation for any progress. Remember, every great achievement begins with a clear vision and a defined target. Your goals are the roadmap that transforms dreams into reality. When you commit to clarity, you gain focus, confidence, and control. You stop wandering and start steering your life with purpose and power. So today, take time to define your goals with precision. Write them down, break them into steps, align them with your deepest values, keep your vision visible and your focus sharp. Clear goals are not just a tool, they are the fuel that drives your journey to success. Without them, you risk drifting through life. With them, you claim your power and create the future you desire. The people you surround yourself with have a profound impact on your mindset, energy, and ultimately your success. This is not just a cliche, it's a reality grounded in psychology and experience. Every person you spend significant time with influences your beliefs, habits, and emotional state. When you surround yourself with positive, motivated, and supportive people, you lift yourself higher. Conversely, toxic relationships can drain your energy, cloud your judgment, and pull you down, often without you realizing it. Toxic people come in many forms. They may be overly critical, constantly negative, or unsupportive of your goals. They may gossip, complain, or discourage you from taking risks. This negativity seeps into your own thoughts and emotions. When you're around people who focus on what's wrong instead of what's possible, it's easy to adopt that mindset. Their doubts and fears can become your own, creating a self-fulfilling prophecy of limitation and failure. One of the dangers of toxic relationships is that they can lower your standards without you noticing. You begin to accept less for yourself because that's what the environment suggests. Ambition shrinks, your confidence wavers, and your motivation fades. Over time, this erosion chips away at your potential, making success feel out of reach. On the other hand, surrounding yourself with positive, uplifting people creates a powerful support system. These are individuals who believe in your potential, celebrate your wins, and challenge you to grow. They inspire you with their own achievements and encourage you to keep going when times get tough. Their energy is contagious, fueling your own drive and resilience. Positive relationships also provide valuable perspectives and feedback. Trusted mentors, friends, or colleagues can offer guidance, constructive criticism, and fresh ideas. They hold you accountable to your goals and help you stay on track. This accountability is a crucial factor in maintaining momentum and focus over the long haul. It's important to be intentional about who you allow into your inner circle. This doesn't mean cutting off everyone who isn't perfect, but it does mean recognizing the impact of the people around you and making choices that support your growth. Spend more time with those who uplift and inspire you. Set boundaries with those who drain your energy or hold you back. Building a strong network of positive influences often requires effort and courage. It may mean seeking out new communities, professional groups, social circles aligned with your values and goals. It might involve distancing yourself from long-term relationships that no longer serve your best interests. While this can be difficult, the payoff is enormous, both for your personal well-being and your success. Another aspect to consider is that you also influence others. By raising your own standards and mindset, you attract like-minded people. Success breeds success. Positive energy creates more positive energy. When you commit to growth, you become a magnet for supportive relationships that push you forward. The energy you absorb from others affects your creativity, problem solving, and emotional resilience. When you're around negativity, your brain can get stuck in patterns of stress and anxiety, making it harder to focus and innovate. But when you're surrounded by encouragement and optimism, your mind is freer to explore possibilities and take calculated risks. Social media and digital connections can also influence your mindset. While these platforms can provide inspiration and community, they can also expose you to criticism, comparison, negativity. Be mindful of the content you consume and the virtual relationships you maintain. Curate your online environment just as carefully as your offline one. Ultimately, success is not just about your individual effort, but also about the environment you create around yourself. The people you spend time with shape your beliefs, your habits, and your emotional strength. Protect your space fiercely. A community that fuels your dreams and challenges you to be your best. Choosing your circle wisely is a form of self-respect. It says, I value my goals and my growth enough to surround myself with those who support me. This decision creates a foundation for lasting success because no one achieves greatness alone. We all need a tribe, a network of positive influences that inspire, hold us accountable, and help us rise above challenges. So today, take a moment to evaluate your relationships. Who energizes you? Who drains you? Where can you create more space for positivity, encouragement, and growth? Your circle is one of the most powerful tools in your success toolkit. Guard it, nurture it, and watch how your success soars when you are surrounded by the right people. Your health and well-being are the foundation upon which all success is built. Without a strong physical and mental foundation, every effort you make to achieve your goals becomes exponentially harder. Yet, many people neglect this crucial aspect, believing they can push through fatigue, stress, poor health in pursuit of their dreams. This approach is not sustainable. To perform at your best and maintain the energy required for long-term success, you must prioritize your health as a non-negotiable part of your journey. The body and mind are deeply interconnected. When your physical health declines, your mental clarity, focus, and emotional resilience also suffer. Lack of sleep, poor nutrition, and inadequate exercise reduce your ability to concentrate, make decisions, handle stress. Conversely, when you take care of your body through proper nutrition, regular physical activity, and restorative sleep, you enhance your brain function, mood, and energy levels. This creates a positive feedback loop where good health fuels productivity and motivation. One of the most overlooked factors in well-being is sleep. Sleep is not a luxury, it is a necessity. During sleep, your body repairs tissues, consolidates memories, resets hormonal balance. Chronic sleep deprivation impairs judgment, weakens the immune system, and increases the risk of chronic diseases. Many high achievers underestimate the power of rest, pushing themselves to the brink of burnout. Sustainable success depends on honoring your body's need for restorative sleep to perform optimally day after day. Nutrition is another critical pillar. What you feed your body directly impacts your energy, mood, and cognitive function. Diet rich in whole foods, vegetables, fruits, lean proteins, healthy fats, and complex carbohydrates provides the nutrients needed for sustained energy and brain health. Processed foods, excessive sugar, caffeine spikes may offer temporary boosts, but lead to energy crashes and inflammation, which undermine your performance and well-being. Exercise is not just about physical appearance, it's a powerful tool for mental and emotional health. Regular movement increases blood flow to the brain, releasing endorphins that boost mood and reduce stress. Exercise improves focus, creativity, and resilience, qualities essential for overcoming challenges and maintaining motivation. It's a brisk walk, yoga, or high-intensity training. Finding a physical activity you enjoy and committing to it regularly creates a foundation for vitality and endurance. Mental health deserves equal attention. Stress, anxiety, emotional exhaustion are common barriers to success that many overlook. Techniques like mindfulness, meditation, journaling, or simply taking breaks to disconnect can help manage stress and cultivate emotional balance. Building mental resilience enables you to face setbacks without losing momentum or confidence. Creating routines that support health and well-being is a key strategy. Establish regular sleep schedules, plan balanced meals, schedule time for exercise and relaxation. These habits may seem small, but their cumulative effect over weeks and months is transformative. Consistency in these areas builds a robust foundation that supports high performance and prevents burnout. Many people ignore warning signs from their bodies, fatigue, headaches, irritability, or frequent illness because they prioritize work or goals over health. This mindset is dangerous. Your body is your most valuable asset. Ignoring its needs is like trying to drive a car on an empty tank or with worn out tires. It's only a matter of time before breakdowns occur. Success achieved at the expense of health is often short-lived. It's also essential to listen to your body's signals and adjust accordingly. Rest when you're tired, seek medical advice when necessary, and don't push through pain or exhaustion blindly. Balance effort with recovery. Most successful people understand that rest and rejuvenation are integral parts of their performance strategy. Prioritizing health does not mean sacrificing ambition or productivity. It means enhancing your capacity to perform at your best consistently. You're healthy, you think clearer, move faster, and face challenges with greater resilience. This gives you a competitive edge and helps sustain success over the long haul. Furthermore, investing in your health sets a powerful example for those around you, whether you lead a team, have a family, or influence a community. Showing that well-being is a priority encourages others to value it too. This creates a ripple effect of vitality and positivity. Remember, your success is only as sustainable as your health allows. No goal, achievement, or wealth can replace the value of feeling strong, energized, and mentally sharp. If you want to build a life of lasting success and fulfillment, treat your body and mind as your most important assets. So today, commit to putting your health first. Make choices that nourish and strengthen you. Develop habits that support balance, energy, being. Because when your foundation is solid, there is no limit to what you can achieve. Your body is the vehicle that carries you toward your dreams. Take care of it, and it will take care of you.